Good morning. Hope everyone's doing fine. Let me just start off by saying thank you for taking the time to listen, to watch, to hear. My name is Frank Villa. Oh man, I like to say recovered heroin addict. Recovered keyword. I'm also diagnosed with PTSD and bipolar, and I do not take pharmaceutical meds. I have I had a 17-year heroin and opiate addiction and a lifestyle that, oh my god, did just really has taken a lot, has taken a lot, personally, my family, and I was just been blessed to live, man. And one of the ways that I find a purpose in this life after losing it all, I mean, I've hit rock bottom several times, is like I said, it's been a miracle just to be here speaking. So one thing that is always gonna be said, and one thing you hear a lot in AA, NA, or all these groups, or all these mentors, all these people that share their story, right? All the ones that come back and leave their breadcrumbs for us to follow. Doesn't mean we have to be them, but there's always little simple little tools that everybody uses that help. And one of the main ones is just believing in that higher power, man. Believing in source, and not just believing in it, like, yeah, that it's out there or nothing. No, that it's you. You're part of it. You are it. You know, it's think of it as like an octopus that has all these tentacles, right? It's all connected to the one source, but each tentacle can do its own thing. Each little suction cup can do its own little thing. Well, that's us. We're all connected in that way, part of the source, life itself, and all these little things just start like a little cascade, right? You know, you begins with the thought, with the belief, then you just start just letting go and believing, man, and having an open mind, and then before you know it, all these people start coming in, and it's not always going to be like physical or whatever. At first it might just be through like videos, you know what I mean? YouTube. That's the beauty of YouTube today, is that you can just surround yourself, that you get to pick what you want to feed your mind, feed your heart, or whatever, music, meditation, all this stuff is just there readily available. That's the beauty of this age right now, is that information is just out there, free, willingly to be given. If you don't have belief, then there's a bunch of people out there just giving it away, man, through their stories, through what they overcame and how they're giving back. And we start seeing that, and then our little guides and our little angels start popping in. I remember my first one that really came was in rehab. And it was a detox center. It was like right before you get classified, and then you go to certain rehabs or whatever. So you go there for like a couple weeks to kind of detox a little bit, get somewhat coherent enough to where you can go to housing or whatever, to a facility. Well, anyways, Mr. Dr. Wayne Dyer, they started putting videos, and all we had was a little hallway. All there was just rooms, and you had a roommate, shared a bathroom with another room, so 4 people would share a bathroom, and then And then there was just little hallways, so we would have like little classes in the hallway, you know, and they would show us inspirational videos and I don't know. Once I just saw a Dr. Wayne Dyer video, it just touched me, man. I just got so inspired. I couldn't explain it, you know. And so after that, I just I went to a rehab, a regular rehab, and it was a mindfulness based rehab. And same thing. It was just started learning a lot about the brain, about meditation, all this stuff that I didn't know, you know. And lo and behold, again, I'm having a EMDR session, um, which is basically is like learning how to retrain our thoughts and create that safe space in our memory and refiling our memory. I don't know. I've only had a couple of them, and of course that therapist had a Dr. Wayne Dyer book there, and I was like, what the heck, you know? So he let me borrow it, and I read it, and I think it was the his interpretation of the Tao, the eternal Tao, and it just opened me up spiritually to a whole different realm that I hadn't experienced. You know, I was a drug dealer for a long time. My father's considered a career criminal here in the United States. It's just been one hell of a ride, you know. And I lost all my belief when I was at rock bottom. I even my brother passed away when I was young. He shot himself playing Russian roulette, and I literally cursed the devil and I cursed God, and I demanded truth. And I literally said, "Whoever wants this soul, come and take it." And just be careful what you ask for. You know, not all of us make it. And I was just blessed. And one of my rock bottoms, I just had one more choice. I just felt it. Death was right around the corner. I could smell it. I could sense it. It's a long story. Maybe I'll make a video of it one day. But they just say that everything is out there, man. It's all based on our beliefs, you know. And there's a whole collective. So in order for light to shine, there has to be darkness, you know. You won't be able to see the light if there isn't no darkness. With that being said, after all this Wayne Dyer stuff was coming at me, all this spirituality, metaphysics, all these things just started coming at me, you know, and little by little, it started getting easier. And don't get me wrong, when you're doing something new or even whatever it may be, even if it's spiritual, even if it's physical, there's going to be an equal or greater force that's going to oppose that change, right? Because we've always been doing a certain thing, a certain way of thinking, a certain way of feeling, a certain way of viewing the world, of viewing individuals, of judging, and it becomes a pattern, you know, that becomes hardwired in our brains or our neurons. So that's where it becomes a challenge, I should say. But with the power of belief and the power of prayer and the power of surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals, it's it allows us to get in line with that. It allows us to remember that connection to source. And the more that we get away from those old patterns and those that old environment, it's almost like we go up in vibration, like, you know, when you change the channel on your radio station, you know, maybe you were stuck in a white noise, you know what I mean, where the channel's not clear. You can't get the music, you can't get the vibe, because it's stuck on this channel that is just like when you get a TV that goes out, right? It's all that just noise, no picture, no nothing, no sound, just static. Well, it's the same thing with our thoughts, with our perception. It kind of works the same way. And everybody right now is calling it vibes, vibration, and basically that's what our emotions are, our thoughts. And the more that we can vibe up higher, you know, through happiness, through joy, through letting go, through mindfulness, through just focusing on us, on being wow, on being positive in a sense, that elevates us. So then we can get those downloads that everybody's talking about. A download, to me, basically the way I define it is really is inspiration. Seek and you shall find. It says in the Bible. And whatever's meant for you, you gotta go out and find it. You gotta go look for it. You gotta test things. I found, me personally, I found art and expression. It's usually doing what we're scared of. It took a long time just to get on video and to express myself and to really truly just speak. For so many years I was a drug dealer and involved in some craziness that we hide. We get paranoid. We think everybody's out to get us. It's the cops, the jackers, you name it. So once we start letting go of that, it becomes like easier to live, easier to understand other people and start seeing the patterns that has nothing to do with them, but how we perceive it. Basically, how we perceive the world is how it's given. We look for gratitude. We get things in life to be grateful for. We're constantly angry and mad. Well, guess what? That's how much God loves us. That we are given exactly what we ask for. And we think it's through the verbal, but no, it's through the emotions that we feel. Think of our heart as a magnet. We're just attracting what we are, what we have inside. So we can get that direct connection to source. We start remembering that we are part of the source, even though we're just a spark, right? Just a little tiny, but that's all you need, man. Like they say, just a mustard seed of faith, which a mustard seed is minuscule, can move mountains, such as heroin, such as coping with PTSD and bipolar with no pharmaceutical meds, such as totally rewiring the brain and getting new behaviors, thus a new life. You know, the reason I like doing art is that it taught me to sit still and to focus. Before I used to have to sit, my back had to be against a wall all the time with the view of the door and the windows, and then I would scan the whole room and look at everybody's face and look at their waist to see if everybody's carrying a gun. like way man, like way too like way out there. And the more that I realize that I'm part of source and that you're part of source and that we're all in this together, is that there's no need to fear. There's no need to be paranoid. Because regardless of what happens, if I'm going towards being happy, towards being joyful, towards really, really doing the work, doing the prayers and doing the thing that no matter what happens, all roads lead back to source, right? Because energy doesn't die. It doesn't just, it doesn't come or it doesn't go. It gets transformed. It just becomes. It's just that negative energy tends to self-destruct. And when we get back into that connection with Source, then all kinds of sorts of healing can happen. All this knowing, this remembrance. So thank you for listening. Thank you for taking the time. And if you're watching this, then obviously you're on the right path. You're doing what you're doing, and I hope this resonates with you. I hope you feel something out of this, that it is possible, that there is a creator, that there is a source, that there is a God, that there is miracles, and it's really based on what you believe. You know, what you truly believe and what you truly want, you will be given, man. So much love from Tucson, Arizona. Um, Never give up. Believe that you are worthy. And I'm with you in spirit, man. That survivor spirit that never gives up. That's what you are. Have a blessed day.